for a while. Hey, welcome everyone to a beautiful night. Minnesota River. We are targeting some flathead catfish. It's a hot summer right now, guys. It feels like it's about 90 degrees, and we couldn't ask for much better weather than this. That's all I can tell you guys. And kind of want to show you guys the water temp right now, 80 degrees. It's a solid 80. This is our third YouTube live stream. Mr. Philip Brown, Big Easy Quest. How's it going? Mr. Phil. Oh, Philip Brown. Good to see you, Phil. We decided we're going live on YouTube tonight. We got some primo baits out. Nick Welch, welcome to the stream, brother. Good to see ya. Jacob's in here, guys. Here he is, setting up the lights.
Morning.
We're getting the boat prepped. Grimmy the Reaper 80. I don't know who you are. I don't know your YouTube name. Not much going on. James Davis, welcome to the stream. Kind of tell you guys what we're doing here. Water. Philip says hello.
Yo.
Water is 80.3 degrees, you guys. And we're running bullheads. And we're targeting back here. There's this pile of wood. So what's good, Ethan Johnson, good to see you. What's good about this spot specifically, the wood is good itself, and typically structure is always going to be good for flatheads. On a river like this, a deep hole is 20-30 feet. A really good shelf is 8 to 10 feet, and that's what we have here, guys. The shelf here, this is a cut bank. So we're fishing some cut bank, a little deeper water than normal. It's not pure summer bite yet. I'll get into that in a little while, guys. But right now, this wood's on a shelf. It's on a 10-foot shelf, and that shelf drops into about 16 feet. So you can imagine it's a little deeper water, and that's kind of where we've been targeting these flatheads. We've had really good luck the last 3-4 days here catching flatheads. I think we have over 10 fish in the boat now and 2 times out fishing, so it's been really good. Really good. Bryce Ross, good to see you in the stream. Lisa Hill, Terry Atkins. Thank you, Terry. Good to see you, sir. Danny Rogers, good to see you in the stream. We're on the Minnesota River, you guys. We're fishing some real good water. There's still current here. I try to avoid slack water. If you have some current, always look for that current. Some people will say, hey, I want to fish the slack water, that dead water where you mark a lot of fish. Those are the fish you don't want. The flatheads might be eating those fish, but usually they're the rough fish, they're the carp, they're the sheephead, the drum. That's what we're not targeting. So anything when we can get out a little bit towards that seam on that current, that's what we're targeting. And this is some deeper water. And it's not a perfect summer bite yet. The catfish, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they're not in their summer spots. Pre-spawn, they move a lot. Flatheads move a lot pre-spawn. And flatheads also, they'll protect their nests during spawn, and you have to fish really hard on the cut banks. This would be a really good spot to fish if you're targeting spawning fish. But from what I've seen, the spawn's over, but some fish are still spawning. So we're targeting a little deeper water. And when they get midsummer flatheads, they tend to stick more in one area. And that's been proven here by the Department of Natural Resources of Minnesota. They electrotag multiple fish. And the movement on flatheads, once the spawn is over and they're in their summer spots, is a lot less. They will come out to feed at night. They'll go up in the shallows towards the creek mouths, and they'll be moving through the wood. But primarily, they're going to stay in that same region. So that's what we're targeting. This bullhead's getting a little excited, guys. Be great to get a fish for you on live stream. We got the filming light going. There she is. You know, daytime, you still want good light. Jacob's producing that light for me, so. Ethan, thanks for liking the stream. Anyone wants to share this? I don't know how to share it on YouTube, but I bet you can share this stream. Not quite as easy as it is on Facebook, because that's where I normally stream at. All right, where are we at? I fish for flathead and catfish. Well, they're technically the same thing. It's just a type of catfish. So we're gonna get one. Click the share button. See, I don't know what your stream looks like, Nick. Hello, Luke. Raker, Miss 6730. Welcome to the stream. We just celebrated, last week we celebrated our 4,000th subscriber on YouTube. We're almost to 4,100 in a few days. Danny Cal, Mr. Danny Cal on YouTube. Danny puts out some pretty good videos, guys. Really cool drone stuff he does. Oh, Repke, what's going on, Repke? Nick Norcott, what's your PB Blue? Nick, my PB Blue is 118 pounds.
That's your favorite question.
It's a good question to ask. I look forward to that every stream. I got 118 last end of August. It's a good birthday present for me. Real nice. Billy Brazier, welcome to the stream. Billy, good to see you. I got a new partner for the Whisker Run tournament, so you're good. No pressure. Good to see you guys. He's really getting after those lights. Just got a brand new rod finished, you guys. She's a beauty. If you guys want to see it, I'm on the Minnesota River, guys. Matt Webb. What's up, Matt? Brand new rod. Just out of the rod building shed. Brand new Tomcat custom right here, guys. It is a heavy white blank neon green yellow guides. She is real strong. This design is just filthy looking. Such a cool rod. And this is a Penn Warfare 20 LW on this one with some multicolor braid. She's a beauty. She's a beauty. Thank you for sharing, Lisa. Alright, sorry I missed some questions, guys. I'm hoping to get a fish for you guys on the stream. This spot looks super fishy. Real fishy. It breaks my heart. Hi, Jacob, Billy says.
Yo.
Matt, thanks for the good luck. I appreciate it. I got a fishing pole like you. What do you got, Danny? You got a Tomcat? These are all Tomcats in here. We got a purple and yellow one. Minnesota Vikings. Skull Vikings. We got a Vikings rod in here. Jacob just built this rod, or had this rod built. It's a brown wood grain Tomcat. And then I got my normal orange flame Tomcat. It's my favorite one.
You got a battery in here?
Favorite one. In where?
In here.
In my yellow bag. Jacob's getting all the lights set up. You guys kind of want to see what we got going on here. So these are our filming lights. These are very large LEDs and they work very good. You guys can kind of see the water. Water temp's 80.3 now, it says. 10 feet deep. And there is a tree under us somewhere. You can see it on the left side of the map there. There's a tree. So we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good, guys. Now we just need a fish. Oh, that's bright. Hello. Dang, what did you use for bait? We got bait out right now. We got bullheads, guys. Yeah, you can kill that one. I'll show you guys our bait here. Let me pull one out for you guys. I'm digging. I'm digging. Still digging. You don't want to get poked, so. Right here's our bait. This is a nice 7-inch bullhead, guys. Yellow belly. It's one of the legal baits we can use here in Minnesota. We run a 8 to 10-aught Big River Gamakatsu hook, and you put it right in front of the what fin is this?
Pectoral?
Pectoral, adipose, who knows? I don't know what it is. I always get it wrong. You go in front of this fin, 45-degree angle in through up to the head. It's a 45-degree angle. So that means you don't rehook your bait when you're setting the fish, guys. So the last thing you want to do when you set the hook and you get your hook into the bait again and you lose the fish because it'll come right out of its gullet. So we're using bullheads. It's all we got in the bucket tonight, guys. Yeah, give them a try. I talked to a guy recently. I don't remember what state. He was in Indiana, I believe. He's been catching a lot of 5 to 8 pound flatheads, really small flatheads. He kind of told me his setup. He was using smaller hooks, really small baits. I said, go a little deeper, especially right now. Fish a little bit deeper. Up your bait size 7 to 9 inches. Up your hook size. because the fish are pretty aggressive right now. He caught a 26 pounder yesterday. So he messaged me earlier today and thanked me, and I really appreciated him getting back to me on that. It's good to see some advice is useful knowledge, you know. We got 55 people in here, guys. Thanks for the thumbs up. Everyone give this one a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. Thumbs up help a lot. Dang, what did you use for bait? Yeah, I know it'd be give them a try. I shared arrow on the top right. What you drinking tonight, Luke? Well, matter of fact, wouldn't you know? Tonight we're drinking Lipton Pure Leaf, guys. 2 for $3 at your local Super America. It's pretty cheap. One drink, you can become a man. It's pretty cheap to be a man, guys. This is the gold. This gets you fish. Let's take a drink. I bet we'll get hit. I bet we'll get hit. It's my favorite drink. And this stream is sponsored by Lipton Pure Leaf, in case you're wondering.
Asterisk not.
Asterisk, not so much. Get some? Chris Dill? What's up, Chris? Good to see you in here today. I wasn't wearing the NWA hat and I got stuck a nail in my tire. You know what, Repke? That doesn't surprise me. You wear this hat, good things can happen, I'll tell you that. You found that. What kind of graph is that?
Oh, come on.
That is a Humminbird 1198C side image. So I can side scan down image in 2D. It's got full GPS. She works pretty good. It is 360 capable, but I do not have a 360 deucer. Adipose, I was right. How are the lights powered? Your 12-volt boat batteries? These actually have, are they DPFs?
Both.
We can run a light off the main battery, but these ones actually also have
NPF 950.
NPF 950s. They're real big.
Second one's yours.
This one? This one.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, it's like
This is mine.
750.
This is for my filming light. These are the ones that are normally in it. They're your standard NPF battery. They're really good. We can actually run these huge LEDs for what, 6 hours? Probably 4 hours maybe.
Yeah.
Probably 4 hours on high power. So they're pretty good. We got 63 people joining in, guys. You know what now? What we need? We need a big old flathead. That's what we're looking for. All right, where do you get your bullheads? I get my bullheads in local ponds, any drainage ditch, pretty much any body of water that's not infested with AIS. So wherever, any creek, any little dams, you can catch bullheads. Last night I went bullhead fishing on a little creek. Everything was biting on the bottom. Nothing was on bobber, so it's kind of a weird bite for bait. But it worked really good. We got a whole bunch of them. Did you use a bull for the big blue? Nick Norcott asked. Nick did not. My big blue came on skipjack, and Jacob's big blue also came on shad. Shad, not skipjack. So skipjack's an amazing bait. We got our bait. Got biking through the woods, guys. He's pretty high speed. Could get a little dangerous there if he's not careful. No green shiners. No, we didn't get any shiners. Gonna do some live action myself Saturday right on the Mississippi River. Little blue cat. Is that a fish? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he's coming in. Fish bite.
Oh yeah, he's there.
Gotta keep talking, brother.
He's there. Right now, he's on there. I want him to start pulling away before I set the hook. It's very easy to pull it out of their mouth if they're facing you. The last thing you want to do is pull the bait out of the mouth. He's still there. It doesn't feel like a big one. The big ones will usually start moving a little bit, but it is in its mouth, and I'm scared to set the hook because I feel like I'm going to pop it. He's starting to swim away now. I'm probably going to try... I'm going to try to set it this way. I popped it. That's what happens when you're not sure about a fish. That happens right there.
Not swallowed already.
It wasn't swallowed. It was a really weird bite. But now I can show you guys what rig I use. So what happened there, I got a little anxious. Typically you want him to start swimming away. He really didn't swim away. He was kind of just moving around in the hole. So that's what happens. You miss fish. You make mistakes, you miss fish. That was a mistake. It wasn't a big fish, but it was a flathead. I can guarantee you that. Here's what we're running for a rig, guys. We got a Penn Fathom LW20. This is 80-pound high vis yellow Power Pro. This is a heavy Tomcat custom rod, who is our rod sponsor. Amazing rods, Northwoods Angling edition rods. Each eyelet glows all the way up. There's glow tape on every single eyelet for filming. Makes it really, really nice when you're at night and you want to shine your rod. So that 80-pound high vis goes to a sinker slide. And if you do want sinker slides, really good nylon sinker slides, Bottom Dwellers Tackle sells them. They're great. And then this is just a 5-ounce flat bank sinker, guys. Could probably use a 4 here. But I really like to keep my bullhead down. I don't want my bullhead pulling around my bait. Rubber bead. All the rubber bead does is protect that knot, guys. So when that weight's slamming on here, plastic or rubber, it doesn't matter. This is just my leader line I have. It's also 80-pound braid. If I'm fishing around rocks or metals, I typically will probably like to use a mono leader. I got 80-pound mono leader also. But it's the same weight as my main line, 80 and 80. Some people don't do that. I do when I'm fishing heavy wood like this. You want to be able to horse those fish out. I say it's a game of tug of war, and the quicker you can get them out of the wood, the better. And then this is a 10-aught Big River Gamakatsu. And these are great live bait hooks. Really, really, really sharp, chemically sharpened, awesome hooks. So that's that rig, and I'll get a bullhead out and show you guys how we rig a bullhead. People always ask me, where's your bait net? I don't need one. I just grab them because they can sting you. You guys wonder, some people think that these whiskers sting you. There's a lot of people that think that. They do not. They do have a nice set of chompers, not teeth, but he just bit me right there. These are what sting you right here.
Did he get you?
No.
Oh. Dang it.
So the pectorals each have a poke. Then the top fin on the front here also has one. It's really, really sharp. You can't really see it. That's what gets you. So when we hook these, the bigger the bait, so I start here. If it's a small bait, I start back here. The bigger the bait, I move it forward. And you can see, I'm gonna go right in the middle between the top two fins. I'm gonna go up at a 45-degree angle and up towards the head. Up at a 45, so it's in there at a 45-degree angle, so the bait will not rehook itself. That's important, because if you hook them wrong, you can rehook them. You definitely want a nice gap. Gap's important, either if you're fishing circle hooks, if you're fishing circle hooks, or you're fishing J hooks or whatever hook, you want gap. And gap is from here to here, and you want depth. Otherwise, you're gonna be in trouble. So, what I'm gonna do, I know it's about 10 feet right off the shore, and the drop is right next to the boat. Right where Jacob's rod is, he's at the bottom of the shelf in about 16 feet, 13 to 16. I'm gonna stay on the top shelf where that last fish came from in 10 feet. So I'll cast her over there. Don't reel. The one thing you don't want to do when you're fishing wood is reel until you feel something, cast it, leave it. A fish is going to pull it out, and the more you sit there and try to reel and feel if there's anything down there, you're going to get in trouble, and that's where you're going to start losing gear. So I'm going to pretty much go right back to the same spot, straight behind the boat, put it in the rod holder. I'm gonna get the line tight. So she's tight now. Now she's good to go. Now we just wait for another bite. And it's important, don't feel around. Don't start jerking on that line, because you can get in some pretty big pretty big trouble.
Oh, there's horseflies out here, Nick. Landed on my nose. How do you hold this phone for 2 hours?
I just do it.
That's ridiculous.
All right, guys. Welcome back. Can you turn that off? Oh, that's really bright. Whew. So that's how you miss a fish, guys. If you ever want to know how to miss a fish, be impatient, like that just was. Pretty disappointing. And I said it. If that fish isn't swimming away, you got to make sure you're setting away from the direction the fish is swimming to get that hook back up into the mouth. I didn't know which way that fish was facing. Big mistake on my part. What do you do? Let me go through some questions since Jacob didn't answer any.
There wasn't many.
Oh, shout out and tell me how you bass fish. Well, Danny Rogers, wouldn't you know I'm a bass entrepreneur, a bass pro, thinking about joining the circuit. No, I'm just kidding. I pretty much just throw plastics and I throw top water for bass. There's some eagles over there, guys. You probably heard them. Pretty angry right now. Did it feel the hook? Get it back out. Oh, Nick, it didn't feel it. I didn't sting that fish one bit. I'd almost bet money that that same fish is going to come back here, guys, and feed. If you sting them means you had them on and you felt the weight of the fish. I felt that fish a little bit and it took the bait. I didn't hook it, so it's probably a little flathead. Jacob's gonna recast his, hopefully where a fish is sitting. That's all I gotta say. All right, where are we at for questions? Whiff. Thanks, guys. You snagged up?
I was.
Get it out?
Yeah.
All right, where are we at, guys? Danny. Whiffmeister. E-Star? Yeah, I whiffed pretty hard. That was a little embarrassing that it was on live stream, but it doesn't happen. Don't think I need a video on how to miss a fish. Well, John, you can't catch them all. I know that. I know that for a fact. I don't care who you are. Does leader length matter? I'm glad. Very good question. Any questions? I'll talk about them. I'm not the master. I've catfished a lot. So I've seen a lot of stuff. I fished with a lot of different people. Leader length. It's per person. Now, oh yeah. So he just cast it out in some deeper water right into that tree that he just cast it in. Leader length. Well, okay, here's the thing, Danny. If I'm fishing really tight wood, we vertical fish for flatheads. If I'm vertical fishing or and I'm really thick wood, I'm gonna use a really short leader. I don't want that bullhead on a long leash. I want to keep that bullhead on a really short leash. The last thing you want to do is get your bait in a really good spot into some thick cover, and then he's swimming around with 1.5 feet of leader and he's getting caught up in trees. That's what happens 95% of the time, right? Short leaders, thick wood, short leaders. If you're not fishing any structure like that, a longer leader, foot, I usually won't go over much over a foot. There's no need. Unless you're using a peg float, you can peg float for flatheads too, just like for blue cats. When we're fishing blue cats down in Virginia and Alabama, we use peg floats, 80 to 90 feet of water. If we're fishing the bottom, we can raise that up another foot. Or if you just want to have a peg float just because, and you feel like they're off the bottom a little bit and they're feeding, the presentation can be a little bit better on peg floats too. But it's all how you want to fish. Leader length, the thicker the stuff I'm fishing, the shorter leader I have. That answers that. Fluff those other rods, Northwoods Ninja. We don't have any other rods, Phil. No other rods. All right, let's see. This is better than regular TV. Stephen Clark. That's one heck of a compliment. I appreciate that very much. What's the water temp there, guys? The water temp is still at 80.3 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
It's your bullhead, isn't it?
Yep.
It's gonna... Jacob's getting excited. It's gonna get a little warmer. He's excited. He hasn't been fishing as much as he usually does, so he's antsy.
I got
fishing
3 shows to edit.
Yeah, Jacob edits all the videos for Northwoods Angling, guys, so he has an excuse not to be fishing all the time because he's got a lot of videos to edit. 3 shows right now he's editing. We got more coming up. Some pretty awesome shows. Hopefully they turn out really good. I'm sure they will. Jacob does an awesome job. All right, leader length with the float. Leader length with the float all depends on how far you want your bait up, Terry. If you want your bait up a foot, I would have a 2-foot leader, because you can put your peg float a foot above the base of your leader where your swivel is, and then you'll have a foot above it. It all depends on how you want to do it. If you're in open water stuff, it ain't no thing. You can use a longer leader. I don't see any use for anything over 2 feet. That just doesn't make sense. Even a 1.5 feet with a float's fine. Do you think bullheads work better than suckers or bluegills? I think that all depends on the time of the year. It also depends on where you're fishing and what's available for the fish to eat. Flatheads, any fish is going to eat primarily what their main diet is. Bullheads in this river are plentiful, and they're very, very lively. And in this murky water, we want the bait that's going to move around the most.
That guy's nuts.
He's got a crazy bullhead on. You want the baits that are going to make the most vibration in the water. Flathead catfish have their whole bodies covered in chemoreceptors.
Oh,
that's a sense of smell and vibration. Their most pronounced is right in their whiskers. That's how they smell the water. That's how they feel vibration. So imagine a flathead or any catfish species, their whole body's like a taste bud. It can sense a lot of vibration and it can sense a lot of taste in the water. This water's so murky, they're either going to be relying, there's no sight, they're going to be relying on smell, and they're going to be relying on vibration in the water. We're going for the vibration to catch those flatheads. We could probably throw a cut bait in this wood, you guys, and probably catch some channel cats. We're not fishing for channel cats, but you can catch flatheads on cut bait too, but we're not fishing that way, and we don't have any cut bait to throw out right now. We're running all live bait. So that answers that. Are you fishing by Fort Snelling or closer to 77? We are a long ways from both of those. Actually, no.
Yeah.
77. We're kind of close to 77. We're upriver fishing. So if you're out, come say hello. Christopher Christner, welcome to the stream.
You should have that in the background.
Are you fishing by Fort Snelling or closer to 7? No fluffing, need when she's excited. Yeah, those baits are moving plenty.
Look at that one, dude.
His bait hasn't stopped. Anytime I take someone new fishing out, they never know when it's a fish until it's a fish. I always tell them, that little jerking is not the fish. When the jerk slows down and it gets a little heavier of a jerk, that's a fish. Or when the rod just gets destroyed and the buzzer just snaps, that means the fish has swallowed it. The first one I had on earlier today did not do that. That flathead just picked that bait up, which is not what you want. I'd prefer them just to get swallowed, you know? Where did Jacob get his editing skills? Danny Cal wonders. From YouTube.
From YouTube.
Jacob watched a lot of YouTube videos.
And I got a little mentor.
He has a mentor who happens to be amazing. So Jacob learned a lot from YouTube, and Jacob learned a lot of editing skills from our friend who is a professional video editor. He's really good. So that's what we got. I'll be hitting the water soon finally. Good luck, guys. Pat. Thanks for joining, Pat. Good luck fishing, Texas bottom dwellers catfishing. Good to see you, Pat. It's been too long. Let's chat soon, huh? How good would bluegill work with a bobber? Great. Cat bobbers are amazing. We don't have any in here, do we?
No.
No cat bobbers in the boat. Cat bobber and bluegill would be great. Bluegills are pretty apparent when you're running bluegills for live bait. We can run them in Wisconsin waters, and when they start twitching really, really fast, when they haven't moved for a while, usually they're going to get eaten. It's a pretty good indicator. 140 people on the YouTube live stream. I am from Canada. Adrian Ari. Adrian Cienceros. Sorry if I butchered that. 2 Adrians in a row. What do you know, guys? Welcome to the stream. I'm from Canada. I love Canada. I will be going there this year to Selkirk, Manitoba, to fish the Red River of the North, Lockport, for some big old monster channel cats. Best channel cat fishery in the world. Any good shore fishing spots near St. Paul? Are you talking about the Minnesota River, John, or are you talking about the Mississippi? There's a lot on both. Raspberry Island is a really good spot on the Mississippi. Jacob's fished it way back in the day, probably 10 years ago. Jacob used to shore fish that. It's good, really good. There's a lot of really good shore spots. What I would recommend, anyone that wants to fish shore spots, I can't go and tell you all the spots to fish because there's so many. But you want to do Google Earth, Find what you think looks like a really good spot. Go spot it out in your vehicle. Get out, walk around, kind of look what you want to fish. A castable graph, guys. They make a few of them, the castable depth finders. Buy one. They're relatively cheap, and for shore fishermen, it's a dream. Cast it out, reel it in, see the depths that you're fishing, and mark those fish. That's what I would recommend. There are a lot of places to fish, though. Or just go fish. Throw out a line, John. Yeah. I love you guys. I like flathead fishing. Dylan Mason, thanks for following us, brother. We appreciate it. I love flathead fishing too. I do it probably too much. Trevor Higgins, what's going on? Annette Smith, Kitty Cat Hearts, welcome to the stream. This is way better than TV. Christopher Christner, that's the nicest thing I ever heard anyone say, to be honest. Live stream catfishing, subbed. Shitty, thanks for the sub, brother. Appreciate that very much. New episode today, right now, you're watching it. This is the newest Northwoods Angling episode. And our Flathead Catfish shirts will be done very shortly, guys. Very, very shortly. Very shortly. What state y'all in? We're in Minnesota, Trevor. We're fishing the Minnesota River right around, what town are we by? I don't even know. What town?
What town are we by?
Yeah. Savage?
Yeah, I guess that would be it.
Savage, Minnesota, maybe? I don't know. That's where we're at a ramp. I know that. It sucks. I moved back hometown, do some fishing, and now they are draining the only lake around. Well, Colton, this means you got to travel more. I could not imagine living by a place with no water. It would drive me nuts. Drive me nuts. What is the biggest? Tyrone Solo. Ask that question one more time. I'm not sure what you asked. What is your opinion on the best bait for catfish on a sandbar? What kind of catfish? That's the first question you got to ask. What kind of catfish are we talking about? And what's the water around it like? We fish sandbars, we fish shallow bars for blue cats on the Missouri River, and on the James River down in Virginia, over in Virginia, I should say. So I would say anything really. A good cut bait that's natural to the environment. I mean, that's probably it. Good luck, guys. I have to get back to editing these videos. Danny, thanks for tuning in, buddy. Good luck on your edits and have a wonderful evening. Dang, my Wi-Fi sucks. Can't load the video. Headshot? It's all good, brother. It's all good. I think your service is spotty, getting interruptions now. Let me hold it up here. Does this help? I apologize if the reception's not great, you guys. We are kind of in the middle of nowhere. Everyone says it's their signal, so maybe it's not me. You froze up on my end. Yep, Lake City. Yep, here also same. I lost the feed. Yeah, Facebook Live is good, but it's just where I'm fishing. It isn't what it is, you know. Northern Illinois, Tennessee Off-Road Ninja. I'm a Buckeye at the KY border, close to the river, Tennessee state line. Any good fishing around Akron, Christopher? The flathead bite is on the Tennessee River. What an incredible this year. Watch this froze. It's still better than live. Is it still froze?
I think it is.
Is it?
There's 18 people, 16.
Yeah, I think she froze. I'm going to end this stream, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to watch some live action fish, add me on Facebook, Luke Henches. You can find my name on our page and our videos. Subscribe. And add me on Facebook if you want to watch some live streams. I'll be live streaming when we get a fish. So if you want to see a fish caught, add me up. Subscribe. Appreciate you guys watching. From Jacob and myself, have a good night. Bye-bye.